Right, so today we're making a Moroccan hummus. Today we're going to serve that with a seeded kind of pulse toasted crostini and topped with some toasted chickpeas, a little bit of lemon zest, a little bit of smoked paprika. I have all the ingredients in front of me here, which I can talk through you now. We have tahini paste, chickpeas, lemon juice, sea salt, garlic puree, ground cumin, extra virgin olive oil, our chickpea water and our pea isolate.
Glyn, sounds great. Pea protein isolate, obviously a really important ingredient within the industry at the moment. And what is it and what does it do?
Yeah, so here we use a pea protein isolate, really useful in order to keep the final matrix really stable. Mm-hmm. So all the vegetal protein is really useful to have some emulsifying and gelation properties. So here more for emulsifying, but we can use also for more increasing the level of protein also in this case. So it's really useful for nutritional claim.
Yeah. And obviously today we're using pea, but I'm guessing you have other alternatives to pea?
Yeah, so we have pea in this case, but we can use also some faba bean, lentil, chickpea, all the pulse origin. But we have also some wheat, oat origin, really useful for enrichment and to have better score for nutritional claim.
Yeah, brilliant. And Glyn, how have you found using this, obviously, from a flavour texture point of view? Yeah,
it's a great ingredient. I think it's just, it enriches the actual hummus itself. You can't really taste it because it's masked by some of the key ingredients like the tahini paste, the garlic, the lemon juice. So it kind of works really well.
Great, and obviously for the purposes today we're not going to be blending anything just for the noise, and unfortunately, but you've got some here.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, obviously we turn this machine on now for at least 2 to 3 minutes to kind of get it silky and smooth. And once you've done that, this is how it kind of looks. So you have a spoon. As you can see, it's got that lovely sort of smooth kind of texture.
A nice one.
The viscosity of that.
And I understand, obviously, today we've got a bit more of a challenge.
It was too easy. So let's do something better and different and innovative. So let's go for a new one. Can you have a foaming, maybe hummus? Do you have solution?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think what we're going to use today is the aquafaba, which this is how it looks in its raw kind of state here. So it's quite liquid. It's almost got that kind of a little bit dark colour to it. And then what I'm going to do is, which I've got here already, I've got some that I've whipped already, which I'm going to switch on for another few seconds just to finish off.
Yeah, great. Let's have a look.
Nice texture.
Okay.
Yeah, great. So obviously, Anne, aquafaba, another ingredient that you have. Yeah. So what is it? And what does it do?
Yeah, so it is simply the juice of chickpea, but internally you have carbohydrate, fiber, protein, but also some strategic natural elements inside which give this surprising, you will see, white mass as an egg white finally. So really useful to have this new texture, but we can use also in order to keep the emulsifying effect in some sauce or different way. But here we use this whipped texture, really nice. So Glyn, can you show us?
Yeah, as you can see, this is almost like soft peak. It's as good as real egg white, in all fairness. And what I'm going to do here is just taking a percentage of the base hummus, and then I'm just gently folding in, like you're almost making a sponge, but just to aerate the base hummus.
And obviously, Glyn, we've been doing a bit of work on this in the kitchen, and I understand that actually what you found is that leaving this for a length of time.
Yeah, it works really well. Yeah, what we found is, a day or just a few hours afterwards, it almost starts to souffle up and aerate on its own. It's
like the chocolate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But what I think it does give you with the hummus is a lovely, it's a rich flavour still, but it just almost light and just kind of bursts in the mouth.
Yeah, great. Well, obviously this is just the one part of this, of the hummus and the bread, and we've got to look at how to make the bread, haven't we, Glyn? So we'll come back to you then.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, Glyn. Obviously, we're on to the next part of the recipe.
Yeah, so next up we have the accompaniment to serve with the Moroccan hummus. So we have a seeded pulse bread, which I'm going to make for you. We have all the ingredients here in front of me. So we have water, yeast, salt, sugar, whole egg, olive oil, milk,
and the two final mystery ingredients, which is a faba bean flour and a resistant starch. And what are they and what do they do?
Yeah, so in this case we want to have a nutritional and healthy bread. So for that we need to have more fiber. And so in this case, we put 10% of faba bean flour, really rich in protein and fiber naturally. And in order to have a bread as normal for the taste and for the color issue, we want to put another ingredient, in this case, a resistant starch, and you see it's really white.
Yeah.
It's just this border. And we will increase, so resistant starch is fiber, and in this case we will have more fiber enrichment in the final recipe. And by curiosity, I did the calculation, about Nutri-Score.
Yeah.
We heard about this score in different countries, and we have a surprising A, so it's
brilliant.
We can do with a lot of different ingredients this really healthy score of A.
Yeah, brilliant. And so you find that there's a high demand now for fiber-enriching ingredients within the industry?
Yeah, because due to all this new score, Nutri-Score, but different score in some other countries, we have finally all this healthy and nutritional claim demand on the market.
Brilliant. And obviously, Glyn, from a culinary point of view, sometimes using non-functioning ingredients can have a detrimental effect to products, but obviously we found in this case that actually was a bit more of a positive effect.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it definitely had a more enriching and positive effect on the dough. You get a slight colour tinge to the dough, but it also benefits in the same way as like a bath bun or a sort of brioche style texture.
Yeah.
So you get an all-round kind of everyday kind of loaf kind of texture, which
great.
Really well.
Obviously for today we're not going to be mixing it because of time and obviously noise issues, but I understand that you've made a few previously.
Yeah, normally I'd let this mix for about 4 to 5 minutes just to kind of release all the gluten in the bread, obviously, and knead it for a good, well, probably more 10 minutes to be fair. So I've made some here, which obviously I've shaped into kind of little balls, little round balls of bread. They're only about 66 grams each, but I've also brushed them with a little bit of egg, and then on there you have poppy seeds, hemp seeds and linseed seeds.
Yeah, look great.
So if I just slice into there, you can probably see the texture of the dough itself, the bread. Yeah,
it looks great. And obviously we had a few discussions internally that obviously this is a slightly wetter dough than what you probably would be expecting within the industry, and I know that we have access to enzymes now that can help counteract this.
Yeah, it's always the case when you add new fiber in a recipe, normal one, so more water absorption. So here we have new blend of enzyme, really innovative, in order to have the same quality finally of normal bread recipe. So this innovative from Novozyme is this new range Valena, really useful in order to have fresh product but with the same volume, also the same moistness, really useful to have a quality product. So we have a lot of tools in order to have this nutritional demands and nutritional result finally product.
That sounds great. And it's great seeing these innovations within the industry, and obviously the final part of this, Glyn, will be to taste the final product. Taste the product. Great. We'll see you in a minute.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thank you. Okay, so here we have our final hummus, which has been aerated. As you can see, after a couple of hours, it's got that kind of almost moussey style texture. We're just going to top that now with our little mix of toasted chickpeas, chilli, and lemon.
You can really, actually, even from here, you can see that the, that it's been aerated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it works really well. And when you try this in a minute, you'll see that it just sort of melts in the mouth.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And I guess that's obviously the bread that you had before that's been toasted and.
Yeah, that's the bread which has been thinly sliced and then just baked in the oven for about 7 minutes.
That sounds amazing.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. We've been waiting a long time to try this, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously from the kitchen point of view, when we've been testing the breads and the hummuses, none of these new ingredients have had an effect on flavour or texture at all, so it's great that these days you can have innovations to increase nutritional values
for sure.
without having an effect on the
and
final
there
products.
is a lot of different cases. We can also enrich the product with new fiber, like new kind of fiber, like fructooligosaccharides or other things. So it is innovative, and in this case, the texture was the goal of this. So that's with us.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, we will see the foaming.
It's amazing. It's so light. It's so smooth.
And that bread, you can hear the crunch.
Yeah,
you hear the crunch.
It literally is really crispy.
Yeah, it's lovely.
We cannot see that there is pulse inside.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Glyn, thank you very much. Anne, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
And we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much,
Thank
guys.
you.
Really loved it. Thank you.
Bye-bye.